Hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. I'm just some guy. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. If you're not new here, well, welcome back. So this might be a little bit of a different one from what we normally do around here. My workout video today got messed up about halfway through, so I figured, I've been talking about this for a while. Now, what is this? If you're new to the channel, you probably don't know. If you've been here for a little while, you'll know that I've been talking for quite a while about what I call a chicken pizza, right? So, what we did, hold on, let me put a little bit of prep here on the grill. So this is some bacon grease render that I have, that I've been using for cooking with, so that I don't use vegetable oil or anything like that, because we're trying to stay carnivore. Now this has also got like all of the seasoning and all the junk that comes at the bottom of my pan, so it is what it is. But what we've got here, and I like to do these frozen so that the inside doesn't get super dry, although my wax paper apparently froze to my chicken square, so we'll have to pull that off. I should have let it thaw just a little bit more to make this easier to get off. Well, that's unfortunate, but this is our block of chicken. And so one of the things that you can do is you can either use pre-shredded chicken and kind of make this alongside of, man, this is not working out how I expected it to, that's for sure. Getting all this wax paper off of here. But what I did was I have a meat grinder that I got for Christmas from my mom. And so I used my meat grinder to grind all of this up. Okay, so we're going to just put this on here. I'm going to let this start working its magic, and then I'm going to get this wax paper off of here. What a great way to start a cooking video by not starting the cooking video correctly. So yeah, normally I like these like a little bit frozen because I like to get the outside nice and crispy while keeping the inside kind of nice and, moist-ish and not super dry. So what I do is I grind all of the chicken up. So I like to get butcher's chicken, and then I kind of go from there. I put it into the meat grinder, and then I put it on a cookie pan, and then I freeze it, and then I cut it into these nice little squares right here, because this is a good way to, to kind of do this. By the way, I'm rendering some beef tallow over here. I don't know if you see it. I figured I'd do, two things at the same time while I'm out here. And so when it's frozen, it gives the outside enough time to like really, really crisp up while leaving the inside fairly nice and moist. So this is, I also need to level this Blackstone a little bit better, because I don't know if you can see, but that's where all of my oil went. We'll get the wax paper off at some point. Worst case, it's not the first time I've eaten wax paper. Get this on here on the top. Sliding around. Now, if you're not going like full carnivore or anything along those lines, one of the things that you can do is you can add you know, pasta sauce, whatever have you. I didn't have any pepperoni today, but I was like, you know, I'm going to make these anyways because, well, they're in there and I need to make something. And I've been talking about doing it for a while. And so, you know, it was time to make them. But one of the ways that you can do these if you don't have a meat grinder. Now, I don't really like putting cheese and egg in the crust, the chicken crust part, just because I feel like egg and cheese burns too fast. Now, I guess it really depends on like how you're cooking these. Like I said, I like to cook mine from frozen and then go from there. But I'd also like to make them a little bit thinner next time. These are a little bit on the thicker side than I would personally like. I'd like to kind of get like a thin crust type thing so it cooks really fast. But if you look up recipes, one of the ones that you always see is like you use like the Kirkland's chicken in the can, and then you just kind of like grind it all up with your hands, and then you put in cheese, and then you put in egg, and then you make kind of like a dough type thing, and then you make your pizza. I figured, hey, you know, I've got a meat grinder. Might as well grind said meat. All right, wax paper. Removed. Now I do like these to be kind of crispy, otherwise it's just a big flat piece of chicken. So we will probably just leave these on here for a little while. But anyways, how are you doing today? If you guys like seeing me cook things poorly, let me know in the comment section. Or tell me just how wrong I am doing. Hopefully the quality of this is okay. It's getting a little bit dark out. Let me turn my ISO up. There we go. There we go. That should look a little bit better, hopefully. We'll see in the post. It was bright out here when I started. I'm going to move this over onto a bit hotter of an area. Now the nice thing about this too is that when you eat one of these, it's very filling. Like the crust is a very, very filling like meal. So like one time I tried to make like a whole pizza and I got like halfway through it and I was like, bruh, that's enough. I'm good. So the nice thing is that when you do eat this, you know, you can make these by yourself. You can make these for a group of people. Regardless, it's going to be nice and filling, depending. Now, I feel like if I do cut this down, and I go with more of like a thinner crust type of deal, you know, bring it down a bit more on the cookie pan, It might take me a little bit more in order to get full, but we'll see. So like basically what you do is you make your dough, and if you're trying to do the cookie pan method, you take 2 cookie pans, you put one down with wax paper on the top and the bottom, and then you take the second cookie pan and then you just squish it all down. Now you could use probably a rolling pin, you could probably use any other number of things that are probably better for it than, you know, what I did, but regardless, that is the way that you're going to want to do that. And so now I'm smelling the chicken. The chicken is filling up the air. It smells very good. Somebody's probably like, bro, just leave it alone. Just let it cook. Let it chill out for a second. No problem. I got you. I'm going to come over here and see how this is looking on my viewfinder. It's looking okay. Let's get a little bit more of a zoom in here on this. All right. Now, one thing that I don't have that you probably would like to have, you know, while you're doing this is a meat thermometer so that you could tell when the inside is cooked. However, the thing is it's very thin chicken, right? We're not doing like a big, heavy chunk of chicken. So usually it's going to cook through pretty quick, even from a frozen state, because it's so thin that it's going to just cook right through really fast. Now, I do have my lid here so that I can turn the heat off. I can put the cheese on top, and then I can melt the cheese without like burning the cheese to the everything here. Now, I didn't season these the last time when I took them over to my mom's, so I'm going to put a little bit of sriracha wing seasoning here on the top. Because I, personally, like my chicken spicy. I'll probably flip this like one more time. And apparently I didn't get all of the wax paper off, but surely I got all of it off this time, right? Except for this. Now, I don't know if this, actually, I don't know if this is wax paper. It's wax paper. I was going to say, I don't know if this is wax paper or just like part of the chicken getting delicious, delicious wax paper. Put a little bit of seasoning on this side. Next time I do this, though, I'm going to probably put the seasoning in with the chicken initially. That way, I don't have burnt seasoning on my grill. Alright, I'm going to turn off, well actually I'll leave this burner on over here, but I'm going to turn that one off. Turn these down. We'll turn it off. Stop looking at it, man. A watched pot eventually boils. I think that's supposed to have a handle, but if you asked me where the handle was, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Now, probably could have let that cheese cook a little bit longer, but there you go. That is a nice square tangle of chicken pizza. And I also forgot a plate, so I'm going to use this paper towel as a plate and probably burn my hand and burn my mouth because I am really good at prepping for cooking. So there you go. That's pretty good, actually. Nice and moist on the inside. Could be a little bit crunchier on the outside, but overall, not bad. As you can see, fairly well cooked on the inside. I do wish I had some pepperoni, but I don't. So it is what it is. All right. Well, there you go. If you guys like this type of content, let me know, and I'll show you some more of the weird carnivore food that I eat when I don't have a lifting video ready. Alright, dudes, as always, if you like this, like, favorite, subscribe. If you dislike it, I don't care. I'll catch you tomorrow. Take it easy, homies. Peace out.